Welcome to Expert Viewpoints, key aspects of designing user interfaces with Flutter. In this video, subject matter experts will share their insights on designing user interfaces with Flutter. They will also discuss some practical examples of creating responsive and visually appealing Flutter apps.
I'm going to dive into some UI concepts with Flutter and key aspects to consider when designing user interfaces with Flutter. Firstly, you should know that everything is a widget, and widgets are the class hierarchy in Flutter that describe the UI structure and layout. They're managed in a tree, and even small elements like text, buttons, and images are widgets. Another thing that's important is knowing the official design guidelines, which for Android is Material Design, and you can find that easily online with a quick Google search.
Designing user interfaces with Flutter has been an exciting part of my development journey. A key aspect to consider is the app overall theme and visual identity, which include color, fonts, and widget styles. Flutter theming system allows you to define a global styles that can be applied throughout the app. Another important aspect is the app layout and navigation structure. Using Flutter layout widgets like rows, column, and stack, you can create complex UI structures. Additionally, understanding how to manage navigation and routes in Flutter is crucial for providing a seamless user experience across different screens of your app.
How to work with orientation, layout widgets, and constraints to create responsive and visually appealing Flutter apps.
Firstly, there's the Orientation Builder widget, which is to change the layout of an app based on if it's landscape or portrait. An example would be if you had a photo grid, and if the phone was oriented in landscape mode, then you would maybe show 4 or 5 photos in each row of the grid versus portrait, which may only show 2 or 3. Another thing is layout widgets, like row, column, grid, etc., to arrange elements in those formats easily. So similar to the photo grid example before, you could use the grid widget for that, or if you have a task list, you could use the column widget. Lastly is constraints. These are things like sized box, container, and expanded widgets that are applied to the child elements of those widgets. So sized box is fixed, and expanded and container are dynamic and can adapt to the screen size. It's great to know the difference between these depending on if you want elements to stretch and scale based on your screen size.
Working with orientation layout widgets and constraints is a fundamental for creating responsive Flutter apps that look great on any device. For orientation, I always ensure my apps can adapt to both portrait and landscape modes by using media query to detect orientation and adjust the layout accordingly. For layout widgets, I often use flex widgets like rows and columns to create adaptive layouts that can resize and reposition based on screen size. Constraints are super important because they decide the size and place of the widgets. For example, using expanded and flexible widgets within flex layout allows widgets to flexibly occupy the available space, creating responsive design. A practical example would be a dashboard app where the layout changes dynamically based on the device orientation and screen size, ensuring that the content is always accessible and visually appealing.